Shalom, wonderfully blessed. Thank you for listening to Live Creative Podcast with Apostle Grace Henderson. I am so excited that you have tuned in to this podcast, and we are trusting that there will be a blast of the glory of God, and the rivers of change and the rivers of purpose will unite your garden of life, and you'll never be the same again. You know, a lot of times we say that we want this phenomenal season. But we're not positioning ourselves for phenomenal results. In order to have a phenomenal season, we have got to do our part to get the phenomenal results. You see, God has granted dominion, abilities, and resources to cultivate your life field with a harvest that grows phenomenal crops. You say, that sounds good, Apostle. Yeah, but he needs your involvement. You see, a lot of times we get on the course of life and we said, yeah, Lord, I want you to do this. I trust that you would do this. But we are not participating. How are you participating? To connect to that phenomenal season that bring that phenomenal results that will cause the extraordinary realities of heaven to visit your garden. You see, many don't achieve or experience a phenomenal harvest due to not maintaining a heart of creativity. Or maybe it's just that they're not willing to do the work required. In other words, laziness will keep you from the provisions of God. Laziness will keep you at a standstill place. A place that it look like your car is not going anywhere. You're just riding along the subdivisions of life, but you see no progression. You see no progress. But God wants you to see progress in your life. The more I endure the race, the more I'm going to see the provisions of God revealing, especially if I stay on the navigating plan of God. You see, a lot of times we watch it, other people feel and say, oh, that look good. Amy tried to draw this up, other words, illustrate this. Or maybe we tried to mass up images to hope that one day that we'll get the same results there. Ladies and gentlemen, you must realize that God has a plan, purpose, and a design just for you. It's designed just for you. And so what do we do? You know, I like the way our Messiah said in Mark 11:23-24. And he tells us how to reside and to activate dominion created mentality and results. He tells us very clearly in the 24th verse, therefore I say to you, whatsoever things you desire, when you pray, you believe that you receive them and you shall have them. Now, if I believe it, my action is going to come in alignment. My thoughts are going to come in alignment. My words are going to come in alignment. And I won't keep questioning God whether it shall be. Because I know that if I pray, if I desire, if I believe it, I'm going to receive it. Today, you can begin a lifestyle of divine and dominion elevation. And ladies and gentlemen, it begins with you. What are you going to do? How are you positioning yourself? Have you ever wished that you could reach a particular goal or task with fly marks? And hands probably all over the nation saying, yeah, that's me. I come to tell you, you can. But please understand, every successful dream reached their goal. Let me say every successful dreamer, they reached their goal by putting some effort in it. They were determined to reach their goal. They were determined that it's possible and they can break every obstacle appears and try to make them think that it's impossible. You see, there is an awesome supply of God when we stay on the navigated plan of God for our lives. And now today, I encourage you to set some positive and some practical goals. You say, Apostle, what is that? Number one, know that all things are possible and that you will steer your ship based on the navigated plan of God, and that you would stay in the spirit of the possibilities that he said that you can have in him, regardless of who is throwing rocks in your garden. See, a lot of times we're looking at the rocks and we're not looking at how to use new day strategies to grasp new leverage, and so that we will get those spiritual muscles and those faith muscles working the way God will for it. And so the realities of heaven show up. The second thing I want you to set a goal at: be determined that you're not going to allow the roadblocks of deter the vision, deter the promise and provision to halt your destiny drive and pursuit. You see, a lot of times you see they're throwing a rock in the road, trying to give you a flat tire, and you said, I ain't going no further. And you get discouraged, and you get to the place that you no longer have the drive, the passion, and you're no longer seeing that this thing is the reality for your life, because the blessing portion is working in you, it's working through you, it's working for you, and God is on your side. And you sit there and you listen to the voice of the stranger. You see, there's a dreamer's grace inside of you awaiting to become your present day reality. There's a dreamer's grace inside of you, ready to bust into new spheres of operation. And so the glory of God will be revealed in such a way that it will awaken the sons of men to the kingdom enterprise of God, is able to bust through and surpass every law. It is ready to bust through and supply everything that God had created you to be and to obtain. You see, a man operate in two spheres, or modes of operation, you may want to call it. One is open, and the second one is closed. You say, what are you talking about? You see, the open mode is more relaxed. It is more receptive. It is more exploratory. It is more humans. And the closed mode is very tight, more rigid, more tunnel vision per se seeing. You see, in that closed mode, you can't get creative. In that closed mode, you don't want to be innovative. In that closed mode, you don't want to become a trailblazer. You just want to do what you see others do. But in that open mode, you said that I am a modern day trailblazer for God. There is nothing impossible. I'm ready to take on new inventions. I am ready to unlock the mysteries of God, and so that it would bring the realities of heaven on the sea. If we are going to fly like eagles, we have to fly in the horizons and dare to reach new heights daily. We can't sit up there and say, I just want to be on this comfort lane and just going on to the Lord's surface of life and just saying that let it be, whatever comes my way, instead of becoming creative. You see, creativity requires the encouragement to let go of the uncertainties. Let go of those things that you seem like that you're trying to figure it out, but you don't know the answer. Dare to believe and be diligent to reach your faith goals and grounds that is unheard of. This is your hour and this is your season. You've been created for such a time as this. Let's perfect as models of Christ and carry out the missions. And not only carry out the missions, carry the message of Jesus Christ to all kindred of people. I want to thank you for listening to Live Creative podcast with Apostle Grace Henderson. Now, if this podcast has been a blessing to you, I want you to do two things. One, I want you to visit our website at www.gracehenderson.org. The second thing I want you to do We sow where we grow. We sow, and God will cause it to flow. If this message has been a blessing to you, feel free to sow a seed of any size is welcome. Love you. God bless you. Let's stay on the cutting edge, and let's stay with God's plan. And so his purposes